Hey, Jay Barrino here, continuing StarCraft Mass Recall, StarCraft Brood War Remake, and StarCraft 2. The Stand, Legacy of the Xel'Naga, Mission 3. About to learn about a big old temple. Main Protoss settlement at New Antioch, Shakuras. New Antioch, huh?
I am Rashagal, Matriarch of the Dark Templar, and I welcome you and your companions to our world. Zeratul has informed me of the fall of Iron, and I am deeply grieved. I am one of the few Dark Templar old enough to remember our ancestral home with clarity. Yet no matter how tragic the circumstances, it is clear that fortune has reunited our people. We Dark Templar will never forget our banishment from Ire, nor the Conclave's sins against us. But you and your companions are no longer of the Conclave. The example set by your fallen hero, Tassadar, has shown you that when the light and dark sides of our energies are united, our power is undeniable.
But Matriarch, the Zerg who have followed us here are unlike any enemy the Protoss have ever known.
You speak the truth, Judicator. And yet, there lies a dormant power here that can help us to scour the Zerg from Shakuras forever. Long ago, we Dark Templar were a nomadic people. But when we found a remarkable monument upon this world, we decided to remain here to study it. We discovered that the enormous structure is actually an ancient Xel'Naga temple, dedicated to the race that sired us all. The temple is situated above a nexus of powerful cosmic energies. If we were to access those energies...
Then we should strike now, while the Zerg still muster their forces.
Alas, we cannot. In order to properly channel the energies of the temple, we will need the twin crystals, Urash and Callus, that legends say were separated many ages ago. The Urash is laced with pure Templar energies, while the Callus is comprised of dark Templar energy. Only by using these two crystals in unison can we hope to channel the potent energies of the temple.
Then it is clear that we must retrieve these crystals, wherever they may be.
Agreed. But first, we must deal with the Zerg and their two Cerebrates who have already taken up station around the temple itself. To arms, my children. Scour the temple grounds of this foul infestation.
Destroy the Zerg Cerebrates. You know, 2 Cerebrates. That's nothing to sneeze at. If we took out 2 Cerebrates in this mission, you think that would have a huge blow to the that'd be a huge blow to the Zerg. Xel'Naga Temple Site, Shakuras. It's these purple and yellow broods.
Remember, young Templar, Cerebrates can be killed only by Dark Templar weapons and energies. My brethren will make short work of any Cerebrate.
Okay, we're gonna get some Corsairs here pretty soon. Looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and set up some other buildings. Gonna need some more units here pretty soon too, if not just a couple Zealots. I mean, we're gonna get a couple units, but we would like more units, ultimately.
Our sensors show that the 2 Cerebrates are surrounded by spore colonies. We will deploy our Corsairs to compensate for their defenses.
Alright, let me pull up the character profile for Rashagal. Go ahead and pause the video, read that if you're interested. Check out the codex if you're playing yourself. Here come our Corsairs. Disruption web. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of these 2 sunken colonies right away with our Dragoons that get dropped in here. Okay, kill those Zerglings, and let's go ahead and queue up our attacks on these. So theoretically, we shouldn't be able to attack under the disruption webs. It's very possible. I can't tell if we can or cannot do it. All right, let's go ahead and move the Dragoons. We don't want them taking health damage if at all possible, and then we'll get rid of these, and now we have a free base. This is all connected. We can use the Corsairs to kind of scout around. The big question here, the Zerg are completely isolated on another island, so we have to drop on them. My question here is, where are they programmed to drop? Because we can kind of cheese them into dropping right on top of cannons and shield batteries in all of our units. Rather than making a defense here and making a defense here, we can kind of keep an eye on where exactly they're going to drop and then just stop them from making any headway. Realistically, though, I'd prefer not to do that because I don't like doing silly things like that. You know, once in a blue moon, I do like showing off goofy things like that. But for now, let's go ahead and just set up some defense back here. For now, and we've got another pylon being built right there. I'll make a second one down here, where this is where our pylon farm is going to be down here. It's very possible they're going to drop on us from down here, too. I don't know. We can take a Corsair and kind of scout it out. So their island is just this bottom left area, and they're just going to come at us every so often. So what I'm going to do is grab a couple shield batteries, as usual. Leave a little bit of an opening there to force Zerglings to run through the middle as well. We got a couple cannons, and we're just going to leave our units up here. And again, it's possible they're going to attack us from another direction. Ah, so they're dropping, like, right on top of us. Like, right on top of us. Okay, back up Dragoons. The Corsairs, you got to be careful. They will chase Overlords to the end of the edge of the horizon. For forever, the edge of the world, so you just don't want them to get drawn into the enemy base. Okay, so again, we've got a free base up here. The question is, how strongly will they attack up there versus down here? How much can we realistically defend ourselves up there compared to down here? I'm sure it will go back and forth, because there are two broods here, and they might attack in different places, so I don't really necessarily want to take this unless I know that I can hold on to it. He says as he is about to immediately drop down a Nexus without taking heed to his own words of advice. The sooner the better, I say. Come on, creep. Come on. I'm wasting my time here. One more little... There we go. Okay, so let's throw this down. Right there is fine. And then let's get a pylon kind of down in this direction, and we'll try to keep this well defended. Okay, get in there. Dark Templar getting sort of healed up by my shield batteries. Did I just lose one? I think I did. All right, so this is where the attacks are coming from. I need some Zealots and or more Dark Templar or High Templar. Let's go ahead and get a couple Zealots. And all my Corsairs, why don't you just come over here and just, like, hold position or something. So in the original Brood War, you could not... There was no way to fire from under your own disruption web. It's possible that that's changed, but I'm really not sure. We just have to maybe get some High Templar up to that other location when we're ready. We can hold on to it as well. And I got to start working towards getting shuttles, because what's going to happen is we're going to get all built up, and then I'm going to spend 10 minutes of just shuttle building after I have a nice force built out. Ideally, I'd like to do that while we're building here. So, well, Robo Bay we can't get. We don't even have a Cybernetics core, actually, so I'm getting way ahead of myself. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. Get a Zealot. We got our little cannon set up there. How adorable. One cannon here isn't going to help, so frankly, I'm not even going to set it up right now until I can afford to set up a little bit more. More probes down here, perhaps? I think this is, I mean, putting an extra probe on that would be kind of a waste. Okay, ground weapons. I just got to, again, keep an eye out for where they're going to drop. All right, Corsairs, get in there. Dragoons, back up a little bit. Get your shields healed. Corsairs are not the best thing against air. They're better in StarCraft 2, I think. They do very minor splash damage in StarCraft 1. It's not the worst thing in the world, but they're better. And also the disruption web is auto-cast and huge. And I don't think it's energy-based, it's just a cooldown, so they're just objectively better in StarCraft 2, unfortunately. But that's okay, let's go and get Psionic Storm, and the sooner we can get a couple High Templar out to defend ourselves, the better. We just saw them drop over here. Orange and purple have dropped over here. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to leave my other base alone. Looking at the last mission, they did split up where they were attacking, which was interesting. Quite interesting. Okay, there's an attack up here. Alright, this should be okay if we can get these, if we can get our Dragoons up there. Let's go ahead and leave these units down here. No, never mind. Everybody get up there. Let's see if we can just draw these guys down here. Yeah, follow me. Follow me down here, friends. Or never mind. All right, Corsairs back up. Again, we want to draw this stuff down here. Pretty large attack for this section of the game, or section of the missions. All right, back up a little bit, Corsair. Oh god, the splash damage. All right, lost one Corsair. Hey, everybody seriously attack this thing. There's our High Templar. We're going to leave him up here for now. We got to set up a few things. Maybe get a couple scouts just to deal with Guardians. I mean, the Corsairs can do it, but they're just going to end up taking too much damage. I just need more units at this point. Okay, let's go ahead and get a gateway and a robotics facility. Anywhere is fine. Okay, High Templar, you're going to be very integral to this defense. And again, we're seeing them drop in different places, so that doesn't... I don't think I'll be able to realistically find a place where I can set up a solid defense to stop them from consistently dropping, unfortunately. Gotta set up those shield batteries like normal. Gotta really just get this base secured. Just waiting for a little more money. We'll get another shield battery. All right, and then we've got a few more Dragoons coming out. I'd like to just get more Corsairs because they are pretty decent against those clumps of Mutalisks. All right, but as the enemy attacks get larger, this is just going to be more and more challenging to deal with, of course. So what I'm going to do is probably set up a gateway up here, too, where I can start building a few extra units. Get another pylon, and then just keep building a few extra units in this area. Again, I don't know which direction they're going to consistently attack from. This should work out just fine. Go ahead and throw down another shield battery there. We've got our High Templar here, and I thought I built a second one. Or did I only build one? I think I only built one. Okay, here comes the next attack, and I only built one High Templar, so we have no storm in this location. We're going to lose 1, 2, maybe 3 cannons, unfortunately. They have no detection. This is a big deal, actually. And you can see the shield batteries working wonders, keeping our units up while we try to fight our way through that. I'll start building a couple shuttles now, I suppose. I hate to do that. I started my other High Templar, right? Yeah, okay, so we don't need another one. More Dragoons, and we just got to start making our way towards a large drop. Okay, make some Dragoons over here and Zealots as well. Maybe a Dark Templar or 2. It's going to be funny if they circumvent me entirely. We'll see if it's going to happen. We've got decent saturation here. I'd like more. And where did that High Templar spawn? Where did it end up going? There it is. Okay. So you, High Templar, you're going to be integral. I'm going to spend a few more minerals to get more cannons set up here. Maybe even another shield battery. Because, again, it seems like now they're going to consistently be dropping sort of in this area. So this is set up. We'll get a Dark Templar. I almost said High Templar. I want a Dark Templar. Go ahead and start mining, and I can get Archons as well. We just need to start working our way towards getting a lot of shuttles out, and probably more Corsairs and or Scouts. So let's get a Stargate. Prefer not to build the Fleet Beacon if I can avoid it. Probably just won't do it. Robotic Support Base says it can it enables Reavers. We want to get those shuttle upgrades too, I think. So let's go ahead and get the Support Bay. A little frivolous to do, realistically. And we can get a couple Zealots or just more Dark Templar. So I'll get a few Dark Templar. We can afford them right now. Okay, this is good. And then all these units eventually we can use for our large attack as well. I really need some more anti-Guardian attacks. All right, get on down here. High Templar. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Shoo them away, and then my cannons will clean them up. Exactly. So they are smart enough to avoid the storm, but that just stops them from attacking. They just sit there like idiots while they just get shot by cannons, which is awesome for me. Okay, and I would still really like maybe like 1 or 2 Scouts, realistically. I don't really want a lot. Or I could just make a bunch of Corsairs. They can chase down the Mutalisks and the Guardians. It's just their attack is very abysmal, so the Guardians are going to do a decent chunk of damage to me if I let them. All right, let's keep making shuttles when we can't. We don't have the supply right now. We just queued up a bunch of pylons down here. Got +1 coming out, +1 attack. Maybe get another forge here for those double fatty upgrades. Let's do it. More Zealots, I suppose. We just need more stuff. Just need more stuff. We can get, you know, if I'm dropping this map, Reavers might not be a bad idea. Scarab damage and Reaver. Maybe we start with shuttle speed. I think we must start with shuttle speed. Reaver capacity, Reaver damage. I think damage is definitely more worthwhile. If we're going to attack later, then it's really not a big deal. Okay, I think that this base is fairly secure. It's really just air attacks, so we're going to get more Corsairs. The hotkeys were fixed as well. Scouts were O, so now they're properly S, and the Corsairs are O.
Upgrade complete.
Good to see. Get more Dragoons. Where's my High Templar? Now I got some Ultralisks coming in. High Templar back up. Okay. Yeah, so the Ultralisks coming in, scary, but we have the firepower to deal with them for the most part. So just more Zealots, and then what do we have here? We just want more Dragoons. Random Queen just sort of hanging out. Chase him down. We're going to slowly make our way there. We don't want to start chasing it away until we're all in range to fire. That damage is not bad. It's better than I recall it being, that's for certain. Okay, let's continue getting some upgrades. I'm shorter on gas than I'd like, so I'm not really going to make any Archons, I don't think. I'm just going to keep making these units and more shuttles. And then I'll also get like 1 or 2 Reavers for when we are ready to drop. We just need more Corsairs as well. They already come enabled with Disruption Web. Normally you have to research that at the Fleet Beacon, which I'll do not this mission. Carriers are not enabled. That's a good choice. I think there were some missions here where carriers were enabled, and I'm glad that they turned them off. I think it was the mission where we go to Char to get either the Callus or the Uraj. I don't remember which one. But one of those maps, carriers were enabled, and I think they turned them off, at least for hard mode, which I think was a really smart choice. Granted, this campaign is actually quite short. It's only 8 missions, so I suppose enabling carriers about 2/3 the way through does sort of make sense. We've got this little group up here that can defend itself. We've got this High Templar is getting his energy back for the next major attack. Reaver capacity, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna make a couple of them, and we're gonna drop them on the enemy's face, so that'll work out. I just need a lot more shuttles. Remember what I was saying? We're just gonna spend some time making shuttles. Okay, that was a pretty good storm. I expect to see some Guardians coming in behind those Mutalisks. Maybe not. Nah, just a normal attack. Go ahead and storm back here. I mean, setting up a Reaver, again, I'm between either making a High Templar, which you actually have to micro a little bit by casting Storm in the right spot, or making Reavers, which can just kind of defend on their own. Now, the issue with that is I hate Reavers, and I'm reluctant to even build these ones that I have built right now. But the fact that we're already dropping is exactly why I'm willing to make them, because they're just so slow. I hate having the micro shuttles to carry them around everywhere. So now, you know, we can afford it, so I'm just gonna continue to make a couple and use them, because we're already using shuttles anyway, so it's not a hassle to move them around where they need to be. Yeah, you know, Dark Templar are fine. They don't seem to be bringing too many defenses with them when they come and attack me over here, which is great. Let's just throw down some shield batteries all over the place, in case they come and decide to attack me in different locations. I can afford it. And, I could go and drop my first large group across the river, but I am hesitant to do so. I would like probably 6 shuttles worth, which is exactly what I have queued up. So once I have those 6 shuttles, I'm going to load them up. I'm going to use Disruption Web to clear an area to drop, and then we're going to get our first wave across the river. And then with that, we're going to clear that area out, hopefully hold out while we bring the shuttles back and get another group to drop with. And in the meantime, I expect the enemy will not be attacking me very much, because we are causing them to be defending. Okay, we got our Reaver over here. It hasn't even shot yet. There we go. Get in there, Reaver. All right, don't do anything. You're an idiot. I hate you. This is exactly why I don't build you. They're not bringing a lot of Overlords, surprisingly. I think the Overlords are coming and dropping them here and then leaving. So the Dark Templar defense is actually working out great. Again, if I move the Reaver up a little bit, it would work really well too, but I hate them. I really hate them. It costs money just for them to shoot one freaking thing, so fuck them. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a couple Archons, and got the shuttles that we need. I can make even more, and we're going to start loading up. I don't have an observer, so we're just going to have to sort of chance it. We only have enough, well, we got more than enough for enough disruption webs, I'd say. So you guys load on up, and start loading up. They did just attack me. I don't want to bring that probe with me, I'm certain of that. Okay, you guys turn into another Archon. We've got 6 shuttles worth, like I was saying. We've got another one coming out. These units and these units, realistically, are ready to go with us to the next area. Let's see if we can get these units down here. And I'm going to quick save, because anytime you do something like this, it could just go horribly wrong, so let's try to make that not happen. And just queue up a bunch of Zealots. Let's scout out exactly where we want to drop. Probably not there. Probably down in this direction, actually. Is one of these shuttles empty? I thought oh, there it is. I'm like, I had it queued up. Let's get these Dark Templar across the river. I could wait for them to attack me again, too, because they probably have a large force just sitting across the river, which does scare me a little bit. Okay. That... High Templar? High Templar, do the thing. I'm hitting T. I was hitting T. Was it my keyboard? My keyboard being all wonky? It is. There's like a delay on sometimes. My keyboard is just shitty like that sometimes. Exactly when I left my, Dragoons, we gotta send these guys up. They'll clean this up. Alright, let's go. They did just attack me, so let's kind of check this area out. So, Disruption Web, and then come on over here and drop. Right there. Disruption Web lasts a decent chunk of time. Okay, get out of their shuttles. We want to go and make another round. I sent my Dragoons up. It looks like they cleaned out whatever they needed to do. We'll make more Dragoons here. Got a shit ton of money. Okay, let's load them up, make another round. We'll leave you, High Templar. You've been doing your job, right? Okay, and then we're just gonna bring everything. We might as well. Whatever we can fit. My force has not been really harassed. They came over here and they dropped and they've been left alone, which I'm actually very happy about. I'm not even gonna bring the other Corsairs, and I don't believe that the Zerg have lurkers at this point yet. In fact, I really hope they don't, because I never made an observatory. I'll probably do that now, just in case. I built all these Corsairs in case we really needed them. Man, my keyboard is lagging. Weird. Okay, shuttles, just drop everything, please. I think this is more than enough, I think. This force should be more than enough. Okay, so let's go. We start with the Reavers. And just start pushing towards them. I do have a bunch of Dark Templar here. I'm not going to run in with them first, because frankly, I want to make sure that I leave them alive to actually kill the Cerebrits. Let's move up and support the Reavers. Okay, let's go. And then we've got the Reavers in the back to support us, who are just going to annihilate buildings. And then we're just going to sort of sneak the Dark Templar in to start attacking the Cerebrit. They'll get it eventually. This is bad. Oh, this is very bad. Probes, why don't you load on up? We're going to go, you know what? Our base is going to go down, and that's okay. We're just going to deal with this later. And, make the Dark Templar. Got one of them. We just have to kill the Cerebrits. So we could just ignore everything happening in our base right now, which I hate to do, but that's what we're doing. Okay, and one of the broods is feral now, which one of them, in fact, is orange. So the fact that they're still attacking in a coordinated fashion makes no sense, but, you know, that's how this mission worked originally. Blizzard was really inconsistent with how the feral Zerg sort of worked. All right, let's keep pushing in this direction. Keep going. Our other base should survive, you know, with more than enough time to get up here and to kill this Cerebrit. So move on up in this direction. Dark Templar just hit the Cerebrit. And when this Cerebrit dies, we win, as this ravenous group of Zerg destroys my base. There we go. Big infested K.
Well done, mighty Protoss. I'm glad to see that you all are as violent as ever.
Kerrigan, what mockery is this?
Relax, warriors. Despite what you may think, I haven't come here to fight you.
This is laughable. Do you truly expect us to believe that your intentions here are honorable? That these Zerg here are not under your sway?
Look, the Cerebrits you've killed were my enemies as well. If you let me explain, I'm sure you'll understand.
You are the enemy of all who live, Kerrigan. What makes you think we would have anything to do with you?
Because, Zeratul, I bring news of an event that threatens us all. If you'd be so good as to escort me back to your citadel, I'll tell you everything I know.
Very well, Kerrigan. We shall hear what you have to say. But be warned, We will not suffer your treachery here.
Ha! Sure you won't, Rashagal. Sure you won't. Alright, well, I think we did pretty well on that mission as well, besides losing our entire main base at the very end. Well, hey, you know how I even said, like, oh, well, once we start attacking them, they'll just kind of leave us alone, and they won't attack our base. Wrong. But in fact, those units weren't over near our attack force. You know, there's a chance... we had the Reavers over there. They wouldn't have been able to wipe us, so that was just bad timing on my fault, on my end. But either way, we won. I let that main base go down just so that we could end. Again, kills, death, survival rate going really, really well so far this campaign. I think, honestly, what this tells me is that I'm taking probably much longer than I realistically need to. But we're doing really well. So when we come back, we're going to be heading over to Braxis. New tile set. Woohoo! All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.